Have you ever been asked to pay thousands of dollars for some service that claims to get you college exposure? If so, watch this video. Today, we're going to be talking about why recruiting services and recruiting services that promote college exposure are a complete scam and why I do not recommend any athlete should use a recruiting service. So I hope this video helps you guys out, but also, fellas, if you are a wide receiver or a quarterback and would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches this off season, we are coming out to 15 different cities across the country for 2-day long QB and wide receiver camp. So check out that very first link in the description below if you guys would like some more information on how you can sign up to train with us. We're going to be coming out to San Francisco, California, and Miami, Florida first. Both of those camps are completely sold out, but then we'll be heading out to Las Vegas, Nevada, Charlotte, North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, Buffalo, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and Los Angeles, California. So again, if you guys would like some more information, want to learn how you can sign up, check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get started with this video. So what a recruiting service is it's some kind of company or maybe sometimes an individual. What they will say is that, hey, pay me X amount of money and I promise that I will get you college exposure, get you in front of college coaches, help you get offers, help you get scholarship offers, etc. Now, listen, the concept as a whole, I think, is a great concept, right? Like everybody, wants to help people better themselves. Everybody wants to help people get to the next level, play college sports if that's something that they desire. My problem is that there are a lot of services out there, the big ones in particular, and I'm not going to name them by names, but I'm sure you guys know the exact one that I'm talking about. That is 4 letters, right? Now, that service, what they will do, and this is the most popular one, and there are a lot of ones that try to copy this service, they will take anybody. And I'm going to give you some examples of guys that I personally train here in Southern California that have fallen for the scam, and some people that I've deterred from falling from the scam. It's clear signs of knowing that it is a total, complete waste of time. Number one is that they will take just anybody, right? If I'm a recruiting service, and let's say my name is on the line, let's say me personally, right? Let's say I have a friend of mine who's a college coach, right? And let's say there's a kid that I train, for example. He's not that great, right? But his parents have a lot of money. And I go, hey, give me $5,000 and I'll put you in front of this coach and I'll vouch for you, etc. And so I tell this coach, and let's say I fulfill my promise to these people. I tell this coach, hey, you should check out this kid. He's really good. He's really good, but he's not that good. What would that do to me? That would give me zero credibility with that guy in the future. And that's the problem with these recruiting services. They don't even know the kids that they are signing up into their program. They're just calling up anybody that fills out a questionnaire on their website, anybody that fills out some form at some exposure camp that they've gone to or some college camp that they've been affiliated with, and they will reach out to anybody and everybody. They won't tell them that they need to get faster. They won't tell them that they need to put on weight, that they need to improve their skills. They don't even watch their film. They might claim like, oh, hey, upload your film so college coach can see it. What if their film's terrible? What if they don't even have any film? And that's the problem with these recruiting services. They will take everybody. So they have no credibility, guys. You don't understand. You don't know how many people sign up for these services that are not good football players. And they don't work at it. That's why they're not good football players. And then these exposure companies just make millions of dollars. Like literally, it's probably a multi-million dollar business as a whole. And there's one company that does all of it. And they try to set up calls with you. They want to say, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And they don't deliver on any of it. What you get is you get a bunch of fake emails saying that you've been invited to certain camps. And here's the problem that I have with it directly. So I train these 2 guys and they're freshmen in high school right now, but they were approached by this company last year when they were in 8th grade. Don't have any varsity film. Nobody even knows if they could play high school football. They could have blown out their knee for all they care. And they're asking them, hey, let's hop on a call. Let's get on the recruiting process early. They don't even have varsity film yet. How is a college coach going to recruit somebody without varsity film? All the stuff you see in the news, like, oh, this freshman got an offer, this 8th grader has an offer. It's all BS. They're all non-committable offers that don't mean anything. They're based on potential. They didn't get it from the NCSAs of the world or these recruiting services of the world. They got it because, they might be a really good football player, and a college coach actually actively recruited them. And that's what we're going to talk about now. Guys, college coaches use their own resources to recruit, and then we're going to get into that in a second. So now you might be wondering how all these recruiting services are even around. Like if they're running a scam, why do people, even sign up for them? How do not more people know about this? I think they're just misinformed. I think people don't want to tell them the truth that, hey, this is a complete waste of your money because people have paid thousands of dollars. And I'm sure some of you watching this have probably invested hundreds, if not thousands of dollars into a recruiting service, and it has not worked. And it hasn't really done anything for you. And there might be some cases, some wild card that has worked because they love to show their examples of success, when really that kid probably would have gotten recruited anyways. And let me explain how that process goes. So anybody that's ever been asked, if you have the opportunity to meet a college coach, Ask them their opinion on the NCSAs of the world and the recruiting services of the world. Ask them what they say. And I guarantee you they will refer to them as something called a street agent. So a street agent is a term used in the college coaching world, and you don't know that term unless you've actually been around college coaches, coached in college, or have spoken with them about this type of topic, right? So a street agent is essentially somebody that's just out there to take their money. They have no credibility. They're an agent, as you will. That's kind of has a negative connotation in at least the recruiting world. But these guys might have the email addresses of certain college coaches, but they're not connected to college coaches. They'll send your film, they'll send your combine times, but guess what the college coaches do? Delete and don't even open the damn email that they got from that recruiting service. And here's why. College coaches invest literally millions of dollars every single year into their own recruiting. They will fly out individual coaches. Let me explain to you how the recruiting process works. Let's say a school, like let's say it's the University of Southern California, USC, right? They'll have a guy, the offensive line coach will go recruit an entire region for every single position. And that specific coach, and it's not just linemen, he'll recruit quarterbacks, receivers, whatever. He goes from high school to high school to high school. He's on the road. He's paying for hotels. He's paying for freaking, flights, all kinds of stuff, right? So he's paying for all that. That's money that the school is investing. Why would they invest that money into that coach traveling across the country if they could just, go call up NCSA and then they'll give us a list of recruits? They're a reliable source. They won't, because they don't trust it. They trust their own scouts who watch hours upon hours upon hours of film and actually do the recruiting themselves. They wouldn't invest that kind of money into that type of situation. So that should tell you right there that's not even how the process works. They don't go to these street agents and ask them, hey, you got any guys? They have connects that are local, maybe like a regional scout for like a company called like Rivals Recruiting or 24/7 that they might go to and say, hey, who are the top players in this? And they will find you if you are that good in that specific region. Now you could reach out and go find them. You find out who that recruiting coordinator is. But if that recruiting coordinator gets approached from these recruiting companies, like the recruiting services, if you will, they don't even open the message because they don't have credibility, simply because they take anybody and everybody and they try to get everybody onto their platform so they could pay thousands of dollars and they rake in the money and they don't even care. They don't even care if those people get offers. They won't shoot them straight and say, hey, don't sign up for this. They will never say, hey, you're not ready. Go get faster. Go get bigger. They will take your money first and then maybe they'll tell you that after. But that should tell you a lot about the people who are running these services. Now, some of you might be currently on a recruiting service like an NCSA or something of that nature. And you might be thinking, well, hey, they've actually been doing a pretty good job for me. I've been getting different invites. I've been getting emails from these different camps across the country, probably from schools that you have never heard of before, and you didn't even know that they had a football team, right? So let me explain to you how this business model works. They can't make their money from just scamming people because eventually that is going to run out. So you know what they do? They take your information because you fill out this long-ass questionnaire when you sign up for this thing, right? They make you sit through this hour-long phone call. They're asking you pointless questions. They don't even care about you as an athlete, number one. Number two, they make you fill out all this form. And guess what you put in the form? Your email address. And guess what they do with that email address? They sell it to a small school who is trying to fill up a camp to provide money for their football program. Guys, let me tell you this. How many of you guys have been to a college football camp and there have been 300 people there? All 300 of those people probably paid $100 or more to go to that camp, right? It's a lot of money. That's like, what, $30,000 for that school? They didn't have to pay for field costs. What do they have to pay for? T-shirts? What's a couple $100? Like, guys, they're making a ton of money off of those camps, and that's how they pay their coaches. That's how they pay their staff. So guess what? They're willing to pay a company like NCSA, hey, here's $1,000 for, however many emails that they're selling, and then they make money that way. That's how the company makes money as well. That's how these recruiting services make money as well. They sell your information at times, and that happens with a lot of companies. I'm not knocking the business practice because that is a business practice that a lot of people do, but just be wise about it. You could get these invites to camps if you just reached out to the school. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to be able to get the invite. I personally think it's a complete waste of time and money. There's nobody, in my opinion, that at least I've seen, that is a credible college football player or college coach, credible, who has done it, who's been through it all, that says that I got here because I used a recruiting service. Not a single one. Are there people out there that are in it for the right reasons? Absolutely. There are probably people out there who genuinely care about athletes. They work with like a very select few of guys. They don't just take everybody, and they think, okay, I'm willing to put my name out there for you. And if you could find that person that can help you, great. But if it's a person that's just taking anybody and everybody and they love to brag about how many people are in their service, you should run as far away from that person as possible, because it's nothing to brag about, that you're scamming thousands of people. All right, guys, really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. Always appreciate the feedback. Always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like to train with us in 15 different cities this offseason, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you out to one of our off-season training camps coming all the way from Las Vegas to Charlotte, Portland, all over the place, you guys. So very first link in that description below. I'll see you next time.